Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on getting our borders solidified here, and we're actually getting very close to that. So that is absolutely fantastic. We need to come up and build a star base up over here, and we also need to get our planets specialized. We're going to be primarily short on biomass for that, and for now that's okay. So this science ship here, where do we want it to go? Well, we've got this distress signal right up over here. We could start working on that. That seems reasonably fine for now. Now, these guys are heading into Bardigan, and we'll see how this goes. That'll be very interesting indeed. We're probably going to have to replenish them somewhat, and that's fine. These over here are being replenished. Oh, we're on normal speed. Let's do something about that. There we go, and we're going to be heading in here very shortly. If we can get Bardigan under control, then that would be fantastic. So let's head on in here, and we'll just see about getting all of this taken over. This is fantastic that we've got Ostici here. Ionides is a very high priority here, especially if we can circle around here and cut off these Iraqian dynamics. That's going to be huge. I assume this is like a corporation? It's a bulwark under the Union of Isk Center, so we're kind of friends with them. So that's great. And we're, of course, fighting up in Bardigan at this moment. We want to be friends with everyone. We don't want conflict. I'm just looking at how big these mature weavers are. Wow, okay. They're quite large. So we are indeed able to take these out, and we want to do this one at a time. So we're going to go around like this.
Predatory shelter engaged.
And we're just going to fight these as quickly as we can. Fantastic. So at this point, do we need these fleets in this area for anything? Not really is the answer. I'm going to take the Blossoming Corolla, and we're going to move that down to Plant Heart. We don't really need multiple fleets up on this side now. So that sounds good. We could definitely start moving this actually down this way towards, like, Vanico. It's going to take them a while to get there, and maybe that's not the worst idea. But I don't want the Whirling Corolla to come. I only want the other one. So that looks good. We're going to finish off in Bardigan here very soon. Oh, we're fighting all three of these? That was not what they were supposed to do. This is very much not what they were supposed to be doing. But we are winning it. It's just we're taking a lot more damage from doing this than we needed to. That's unfortunate. Any moment now, we'll actually start engaging them. But right now, we're currently taking on their swarmers, all three at once, and this was not a smart thing to do. We're taking a lot more damage than we needed to here. But finally, these guys are almost gone. I don't know why we're even here. We were supposed to loop around the outside and definitely not aggro this one. But at least we're coming over here now. And we're heading back. We're supposed to just fight these. Just get rid of this. No, don't fight here. This is a terrible place to fight. Yeah, there you go. Fight over here. You can do it. We are incompetent. This is sheer and utter incompetence right here. We have to retreat. That was insane levels of incompetence. We also failed a special project. Okay. That's noted. So that was exciting. No doubt about that. Critical failure up over here. That's understood. The join soaring leaf was destroyed. So we do need to get ourselves a science ship rolling out here. That's absolutely fine. We'll get that done soon enough. This construction ship is going to build mining and research stations for right now. And we're going to be going up and taking Great Wound eventually. Also, there are shardlings here. That's interesting. Okay, so we're back in rule at this point. We need to go to Klendath, and we need to upgrade the fleet to latest designs here at Klendath. We also need to reinforce this fleet. We're now at full strength, so at least that's nice and quick. But that was rough. They were supposed to attack from this angle, not from whatever this angle was. Horrific. So at this point, this construction ship needs to build mining and research stations. We'll get going on that. This construction ship absolutely needs to build the starbase here. This construction ship is idle. And do we have anything for it to do? Well, not really. We'll position it up in Yomon for now. And that'll be okay. Yeah, go ahead and resuscitate the child. There's a special project for that. We can do a space amoeba study, I suppose. Here we go. Cryostasis resuscitation. That's what we're looking for. So this science ship is idle at this time, and I do want to head out over this direction and start doing surveying. This science ship is idle. We absolutely want to survey this to take as much territory over here as we can. And this science ship, of course, is also idle, which this one was intended to be up over this direction into Agawa. We're going to head out here. It's going to be a long journey, and that's understood. Okay, so we're coming into the station here, and we're going to get these upgrades going pretty soon. I'm going to move these additional constructions. Oh, these are matures. Hang on. We're not supposed to build these anyway. Do not build these. This is going to be mildly tedious, but don't do this. We need to check our other shipyards. These are upgrades here. Okay. This is matures. Do not build matures. We're not allowed to do that. So we need to not do that one. We need to come in to here. We need to remove these matures, and we need to add in juveniles. And then the same thing needs to happen here. We need to return or remove these mature weavers, and these mature weavers, and all of these mature maulers. I don't know how many of each of those that was, though, and that's a bit of an issue. We need a total of 17 weavers, I believe. So we need juvenile weavers. We've got 5 that we're going to need here, and then we need the rest of this to be juvenile maulers, like that. Okay, there we go. We don't want to build mature ones because I don't think we should be able to.
Remains dissected.
So that's absolutely fine. We've analyzed the debris and great wounds. Sure. And we're, of course, going to be doing more of that. So that's fine for the moment. These guys are now repaired, but we're working on upgrading them. And have we finished up the Elder research yet? No. We're currently busy with the Space Amoeba study, and we're about halfway done with it. Okay. Looks good. So we can definitely start upgrading our shipyards, which I'm interested in doing. We're going to get those going. And this fleet is now upgraded. Fantastic. Cannot reinforce a template which is larger than the current command limit. You're not supposed to have those matures in there. That's why. Okay. There we go. Now that seems to be correct. Now we'll go ahead and reinforce this with juveniles. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So I would like to continue to upgrade all of these star bases for now, and we've got these anchorages here. These are all fine. Menok Station is still a starbase, which is intriguing. I think that we are... Oh, a relic fragment.
Understanding
I think that we are definitely wanting to build a resource silo here, and then let's put in a pair of anchorages here. Now, this starbase here is a bastion, and that's absolutely fine. We'll put in gun batteries, and then we'll put in a target uplink computer there. Cool. Mostly, we're not really using bastions at this point. And I don't... Actually, maybe we shouldn't have any bastions. Let's convert this over to being an anchorage station. Yeah, I want to not have bastions at this time. So we can do something kind of like that, or instead of the crew gestation chambers, we could have a different building, but for now, this'll do. Okay, so that looks good. We did just finish up rare crystal mining. So that's great. Forge symbiont output would be good. Gas extraction wells would be good. There's a lot of things that we want to get
The
tech.
wild
That's for sure.
expands.
So that's all seeming good for now. The whirling Corolla over here, it's working on maturing up. We can see that it's mostly mature at this point, and that is great. The flourishing Corolla is going to take a little while. I think that's very clear. We're going to have reinforcements on the way there for a while, and they're going to continue flowing in, so that's going to be slow. But this construction ship here needs to be building the mining and research stations in Ionides, and we need to eventually make our way into Bardigan. We can't do that yet. Out over this direction, we want to start moving to Great Wound, so that will be all.
Growth continues.
We just maxed our trade.
Understanding spreads.
So we need to put this trade somewhere, and where do we want to put it? We could put it into alloys, we could put it into food. I think alloys is honestly the best place to store it. So we'll just do that for now, and then we can sell off some of these minerals. What's our cap on energy credits? Okay, that's fine for the moment. No major issue there. So this down over here is probably going to want to be heading up over this direction. Yeah, let's do that for now. So that all looks good. This fleet here, it's going to be getting reinforcements over time. And those reinforcements are going to take some time to get there. We do see that the Klendath station has a bunch of juveniles in queue. That's fine. We're absolutely fine with this because that's right where we need them. We also have access to these rare crystals, and we may want to send a construction ship over to grab those. Well, we do eventually, here and here. But as of right now, I think not for the moment. We'll get there. So this is all looking
unknown
relatively
beckons.
good. We found an anomaly up here. I'm not concerned about that yet. We'll come back to it. So that all looks great. I do want to continue to work on getting some of these upgrades going, but I wanted to check. We've restarted the game. Can we now build the... No, we can't. Interesting. So why can't we build that building? The solid light smelter here. That's very, very interesting. I'm wondering if it has to go in the Molt Gut, but we're lacking some other prerequisite. I don't know. That's definitely interesting. One thing I do want to do here is I want to put in a specialization here. We could do a rare crystal extraction, or we could do an ore spine. That's interesting. We do have access to some of these specializations at this point. So I'm guessing Betharian is also going to be a specialization. That'll be very, very
System
interesting indeed to
witnessed.
find out. For the moment, I don't know exactly what we want to go for, but we can always replace them. So it's fine. This is a cogitation world here, and I do want it to be a cogitation world. We do have these think stems, and we should start getting at least a couple of research growths going there. That will be fine. This crucible world here, we need to upgrade these, and in order to do that, we require a planetary root complex. And I think we don't have the tech for a planetary root complex yet. We'll build our starbase in Chi Draconis as soon as we're done in Ionides, and we'll just continue to head out this direction, cutting off all of these guys. So that's great. And then, how are we doing out over here? Well, we should be just about ready to go out over here. We're at 57 out of 70, but I want to check to see... Yeah, we still have some ships to make here. That's fine. So I want to come in and get these shipyards
The
built.
wild expands. Growth
And
continues.
there we go. That looks good. I'm not going to build buildings there yet. We'll get to those. But for right now, we seem to be lacking the tech that we need for that. Tech in general has been a bit rough for us so far this game. So getting some additional work done here would definitely be very good. I'd like to produce additional science in a lot of places, but I feel like we have a distinct lack of biomass jobs here. Interesting. So there's no unemployment here. What I'm wondering is how many of these jobs do we have available that aren't being filled? That's the question that I have, and the UI isn't clearly telling me that. So that's interesting, for sure. I do want to get a couple more research growths going over here. We need biomass for all of this, but we absolutely do want to be working on that. So, we're just about done building these juvenile maulers. Those are going to be completed here very, very shortly. We're working on the final one now. So that looks good. When are these reinforcements going to arrive? I see 8/12 as the latest. That is only a month away. So that's really not bad. This is a bastion here. I'm going to maintain this as a bastion. That's a wormhole. We don't know what's on the other side. So I'm going to build 2 gun batteries and a target uplink computer.
System
Perfect.
witnessed.
How long until this radiant storm goes away? 18 years still. Well, it may or may not be 18 years. We shall see. So at this point, this is at 70 of 70. Let's head up over this direction, and I want to attack here, then here, then here. Hopefully we'll fight these one at a time this time. That would be the dream. We'll see if that actually happens. So we just got our autonomous station protocols, boosting our research station output, which is fine. Barrier snapper guns would not be terrible, but I kind of want to steer away from military technologies. Listening post is kind of military. There's a lot of military here right now. I'm going to go for gravity snares.
Clarity spreads.
That'll be fine for now. I want to be focused on economy and science would be the dream at this moment. We'll see if that's actually a thing. So there's a Kuthloid over here. I think that we should send the Blossoming Corolla over to deal with that, because it'll be a little bit before these guys can make it over. And we'll need to take care of this Shardling anyway. So let's do that. Let's take care of what's in this system.
Engaged.
Just fight the one. Perfect. So no problem there. Very simple. Now we'll take care of this one. We're actually hitting the nest. That's fantastic. And now we'll come up over here.
A path must be chosen.
Perfect. This is what we were supposed to do the first time. But complete and utter incompetence on the part of our general. Okay, fantastic. So we can investigate the Hive asteroid. This is going to require a science ship. Noted. So we could repair this. Do we have default repairs here? No, we don't. I'm going to head up and take care of this Shardling. I also want to survey this system over here. So that looks fine. We're going to take out this Kuthaloid over this direction. That seems great. And we have some idle sciences. So we've got this one here. There's dark matter here. And there's also a neutral fleet here. Who are you? Who do you belong to? Interstellar Favarian Conglomerate. Okay. Well, we're going to build our starbase here. And that's a lot of subspace ruptures. Okay, then. That's a lot of dark matter. Getting our hands on that's going to be a very big deal. So we can get a trait pick here, and survey speed seems reasonable. I want to start working our way through some of the stuff that's out over here. So, to that end, I think we'll come down here and start researching that anomaly. Out over this direction, we need to survey out here. And we're still working on some of that over there. Cool. So, I want to go to Vanico and build this, but we can't. We could definitely take this construction ship up to here, and the science ship should also move up over this way. This construction ship is idle, and to be honest, I don't want to build in Bardigan yet. So I'm going to send it up to here. This science ship will go here, and then we'll research this project in Bardigan, like this. That's the overall idea anyway. So that seems fine. We do need to clear out a more Alveo, which is going to be a pretty significant thing. What is this insult? The Interstellar Favarian Conglomerate. Very rude. They're currently fighting the Union of Izk Center, so we don't care.
Life stirs in the void.
So that's absolutely fine. What do we got here? Prisms. Okay, so we're going to be fleeing here, and then we're going to research the projects in Bardigan for now. We'll come back up over here. So that seems good. Let's go take out this Kuzaloid.
Invasive growth engaged.
Excellent. No problem there. We didn't expect to have a problem there. So we'll just go ahead and research the project, and we'll survey this system. We could also go out with our military vessel and see about just exploring everything that's out over here like this. So that way the military vessel clears it of anything that's hostile. So that'll be fine for now. We can do that. We're not in a rush to get back down over here after all. So that seems okay. We're going to need to clear these out, so no problem there. Eventually, we're going to come take out the Crushed Star Tribes. We're actually getting close to being able to do that, but we're not quite to the point where we want to do that yet. Okay, so we're going to get Vayer under our control very shortly. Ionides is still not fully built. There's been a lot of constructions here. Okay. That's noted. So we're going to continue to survey up this direction and get all of that nice and surveyed. Beautiful. So that seems okay for now. And everything is going nicely at this moment. The United Dethican Commonwealth closed their borders to us. Okay, I don't care. They can do that if they like. So we're going to go take out the Flourishing Corolla here. Or actually, we're going to use the Flourishing Corolla to take out the Shardlings here. No problem. And then we're going to go and take out the Ruby Swarms
The roots
here.
of wisdom deepen.
Now we may take some losses there. That's definitely a potential concern. I want to grab our engineering research up over here. Seems fantastic. And then after we're done with that, I want to come back and start grabbing these rare crystals that are around. So that will be absolutely great. This construction ship is idle here, and we want to come build our starbase here. So we're going to survey up this direction, and we'll just survey around like so. I want this to be in roughly the same order as we're exploring this with our military fleet, so that'll be fine. This is going to be... I see. This is a little awkward right now. We'll come back to that. I'm not too concerned about reinforcing these fleets right now. This is an interesting path that we've taken.
Cleansing foreign blight.
These guys are pretty separated up over here, so let's eliminate them nice and quick. Perfect. And then we can come down here. Now, if we come in this direction, I think we're going to be fighting both of these. We may not be fighting this fleet. So let's see how that goes.
Growth continues.
Just want to come at that from a slightly different angle. We'll get our research stations built here, and we're currently idling in Chitraconis. Let's definitely build our mining stations here, and then we'll build our star base down in Pieplo. Wonderful. So we've got a good chunk of the galaxy here. This is not quite a quarter of the galaxy, but it's pretty close. This is like 20% approximately, I'd say. That's really, really solid. We're going to sell some minerals here. That looks great. And how's this engagement going? Oh, we only fought one of them. Perfect. Are we going to avoid aggroing this group? Yes. Magnificent. Absolutely wonderful. That went really well. So at this point, we can have this fleet. Well, we need to check in on this. These are Elder Maulers, so we need to move this down to 20 and move this up to 16. This is a mature Weaver, so we need to move that down like that. Okay, so something along the lines of this. Now we need to get repairs, so I'm going to move these guys back to Klendath. We're going to get repairs, and then they're going to head down to a more
Clarity spreads.
So that seems relatively fine. Now we've got this here, which has 3 juvenile maulers and a juvenile weaver that it needs. We should just reinforce that. Why did it select this, and why do we have 3 mature weavers here? Where is this? Oh, these are supposed to be merged together. Okay. This is now a bit of an issue, I think. We need to cancel everything that's here in the queue right now. Re-queue this. That's just a juvenile weaver. Re-queue this. That is also just juvenile weavers. Perfect. That's what we're looking for then. So that's a desert world. This is an ocean world up over
Invasive
here.
growth engaged.
Oh, that's a lot of void worms. Okay. So this is going to do some damage to us. But we can probably take this on, especially considering I don't think we're going to be fighting all of these at once. So lots and lots of void worms here, but let's eliminate those. Okay, so we've successfully gotten the research project over here in Bardigan finished up. That's beautiful. So we're going to need to make our way up over here again, survey these systems. That'll be fine. And this construction ship in Vayer is idle. We need to build our mining stations there. Okay, so we've definitely taken some losses out over here. That's to be expected. We took care of most of their mobile fleets. They've got 2 more void worms up here, but they've also got 2 void worm nests here, and we'll need to eliminate those. But let's head up here, take out these void worms first, and that'll be good.
The wild experiments.
Excellent. So we're taking out the void worms first, and then the nests. I hope that we focus on this nest. Okay, we're focusing on this. No, we're kind of hitting neither. Can we just focus on one, please?
Growth continues.
We took out all the armor on this one. Now we're hitting the armor here. We're spending a lot of time flying back and forth. We're spending a lot of time flying back and forth. Okay, this one's gone. Finally. Now there's just this void worm nest, and we should be able to eliminate that nice and quickly. We've eradicated a void worm home system. They will no longer be able to make use of these spawning grounds to raise their young. Excellent. So we've got multiple destroyed void worm nests here. That looks good. I'm going to continue to explore these areas out over here, and then we'll make our way back to Clendath as soon as we're done with that. Let's see here. Admiral would be the way to go, and we're going to need to reinforce this fleet somewhat. So we lost a mature mauler. We lost a lot of elder maulers. All of those go into juvenile maulers, and then we don't need any mature weavers, so that looks good. We'll get that reinforced. Cool. So that's underway. That seems great.
The path is laid.
Now, this ship is idle. We need to definitely be working our way through some of this. We've got some more construction ships that are idle. This one, there's really not much it can do other than go down to Bardigan and build that and then move back up. This is very awkward, the pathing out over here, but it'll have to do. So we'll move into Nikanda. That'll be okay. And this is 11k at this point. That's not too bad in terms of the fleet strength, considering. So hopefully there's not too much else that we find in this patrol. We do need to get some traits going here. So naval capacity plus 60 is a lot. We'll take that. And then terraforming speed. I mean, that's cool. Resources from jobs is probably better, though. So we'll take that. And what do we got here? Resources from jobs plus 10%. Oh, yeah. Damage to rivals. Let's take a spokes node. That seems good. And of course, we need to launch our agenda and get a new agenda going. More Unity sounds good. So we need an engineering research. Star Fortresses are an option. We can go for L-Gate Insights. There's also always the Quill Battery, which is neat. I think I'm going to take Deep Core Mining for the moment. That seems reasonably fine. We're a little bit low on our alloys, but it is time to put a cut in here. I just noticed we're actually beyond time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue to push our frontiers here, but we're getting very close to having our frontiers be fully pushed. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.